I believe my son Nathaniel here would
Hey,
like
Nathaniel.
would like to have an opportunity to have choice for school.
Yeah.
And with my personal beliefs, I don't feel I have the opportunity to choose fairly because of a lot of the mandates they're trying to push. I don't want my child subjected to medical, things that I don't agree with in order to enroll in school, whether it be public, private, or homeschooling. I want to have those choices. I don't want them taken away. What's your position?
Yeah, so it's a really interesting question. For me, it's a very personal one because when my parents first came here, and I'm an immigrant like all of us at some point,
His
whether you're
father is
great
too.
parents, yeah, his father's an immigrant. But we, in the culture I grew up in, most people, really, all families care about their kids' future education. When my parents first came here, the way they exercised school choice was every year and a half we kept moving to the better school system. So whatever money they made, first we started in Patterson, which is one of the poorest school systems in the United States. Then we moved to Clifton in New Jersey, then Parsippany, and then we ended up at Livingston, which was predominantly a very wealthy community, right? But my parents exercised school choice that way. They didn't have money to go to private schools, so they basically went to the
Right.
schools with the higher property areas. Now, extremely the elites, they have total school choice. And particularly the liberal aristocracy of the elites is the one telling us that we shouldn't have school choice. Because when you go to these nice private schools, one kid can go this way and another kid can go this way, they get small school sizes, etc. But those same people, which is the hypocrisy, or they have one rule for them and another rule for us. They want to impose no choice for us. So they want to say, you can't do homeschooling. You must do this kind of schooling. You must get this kind of curriculum. But their kids can get accelerated programs, they can do this and that because they pay for it. And that's the real issue here, that it's a hypocrisy. And now you take someone like the Harvard School of Education,
Right.
in fact, Harvard University, these people are the ones, the elites, who think they're going to dictate
Right.
education policy
And that's not
for the
right.
rest of us. And in fact, Harvard is planning on hosting a huge conference, which the goal of that conference is to educate people on the dangers of homeschooling. I can tell you that I went to public school, but all my math and science, I was homeschooled by my father, who was an amazing engineer, from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Wow.
That's how I got into MIT and learned all my skills. It was from my dad, who homeschooled me. We used to do problem after problem after problem. Education, in my view, is real education, comes one-on-one.
Right.
These school environments, whether you go to college or etc., are starting to become environments not of education, but either of indoctrination or the country club, where you negotiate and meet people. So this has nothing to do with helping working people.
Right.
It's all designed for the elites. So I'm a big proponent of school choice, and the parents should ultimately have that ability to do that, because then you're supporting family, etc. It should not be a top-down model, which is what they want on every issue. And then by the fact that they're trying to use the vaccination mandate is basically a way of further imposing,
Right.
their views on education. But anyway, big proponent of school choice. I'm a product of the school choice my parents did by moving, and it should be much easier than that. School choice should not only be for the elites, it should be for everyone.
So you plan to protect the separation of pharmaceuticals and education?
Well, look, the bottom line is the entire healthcare model is based on top-down medicine. It's not based on the individuals having a relationship with their practitioner and deciding what's right for them. I'm one of the leading people in the world on personalized and precision medicine, and it's one size fits all is never going to work. That's what Big Pharma wants.
Right.
Everyone should get the same thing, same model, no choice, right? Everyone gets the exact same medicine. Thank you.
Thanks.